Sometimes, you just want to see your hardware breathe. There is something oddly satisfying about ditching the glass panels and the cramped cable management of a traditional tower to let your components sit out in the open. That is exactly what this open-frame rack from JOYJOM is aiming for. It is not trying to be a fancy showpiece with RGB strips or tempered glass. It is a straightforward, no-nonsense skeleton for your build. When you pull it out of the box, you notice the weight immediately. At just over a kilogram, it feels surprisingly sturdy for something that looks like a simple metal frame. The black sandblasted finish gives it a professional, industrial vibe that actually looks pretty sharp once you have a motherboard and a GPU mounted up. What makes this thing interesting is how it handles compatibility. You can throw almost any standard motherboard on here, from the tiny ITX boards all the way up to full-sized ATX setups. The mounting points are laid out well enough that you are not fighting the frame to get your screws in. And because it is an open design, you don't have to worry about those annoying clearance issues with massive graphics cards. If you have a card that is longer than your forearm, it is going to fit just fine. It is a massive relief not having to measure case dimensions before buying a new GPU. Now, the power supply mounting is tucked away at the bottom, which keeps the center of gravity low and prevents the whole thing from feeling top-heavy. It handles standard ATX units without a fuss, though you will want to be mindful of your cable lengths since everything is exposed. That is the trade-off here. You get incredible airflow and easy access to every single port, but you also lose the ability to hide your cable mess. If you are the type of person who likes a clean, minimalist desk, you might find yourself spending a bit more time on cable ties than you would with a closed case. One thing to keep in mind is that this is definitely a dust magnet. Since there are no filters or panels, you will be reaching for the compressed air a lot more often than usual. It is a small price to pay for the convenience of swapping parts in seconds, though. For anyone who is constantly tinkering, benchmarking, or just likes the look of raw hardware, this is a solid, reliable piece of kit. It does exactly what it says on the tin, without any unnecessary fluff. It is not going to win any awards for complex engineering, but for the price and the utility, it is a really practical way to keep your build accessible and cool. If you are looking for a simple, open-air solution that doesn't break the bank, this is definitely worth a look.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.